Hey, welcome to Back in the David. I'm your host, David Knight, and Happy New Year. It is 2023. 2023, like, let that just kind of like marinate in your head a little bit. 2023 is where we are in life. And I got to tell you, in 2022, as many of you already know, I turned 60 years old. 60 years old. And I got to say, my last year in my 50s was horrid. It was horrible. And I'm not going to get into it right now because it's a new year and all that stuff in my 50s is like back there, like back behind me. And I'm really, really, really happy about it. I wanted to come in and just say Happy New Year to everybody and thank everyone for allowing me to have a solid year off. And I got to tell you, all the support I got from all of you over the last 12 months has been nothing more than stupendous. It has been awesome. Thank you so much for the emails, the text messages, inbox me on Facebook, and comments on Facebook, wherever it may be. It has helped a lot, even though last year was a hell of a year, and I really didn't, as you know, I really didn't say much of what was going on throughout the year, but it was really a shakedown of a year for me. And I have to say, things didn't begin turning around, honestly, until last month. That's how crazy it was. Things didn't begin to start turning around and getting better overall until last month. But you know what? Better late than never, okay? And I don't care if it took the whole year of trying to figure it out and still figuring things out. But if it took that long to figure out to get me on the path that I need to be on, then so be it. The fact that I'm on it is good enough for me, and I'll build from there. The good news is that I'm back. Back in the Dave is coming back. This, I guess you want to call this the first episode. I have missed doing this show so much. And as you can see, if you're watching this on YouTube, you know it's video, right? It's on video. And that's going to be the new format. Back in the Day is coming back. There's pros and cons to this. I needed to make a decision about the show. And I know over the last 5 some odd years that I've been doing the show, it's been primarily a lot of music that we all grew up on back in the day. And I had to make some sacrifice. I want to grow the show and grow my career and reach more people and all that kind of good fun stuff. I had to make some sacrifices. And one of the things I had to do was I need to open up to YouTube, and TikTok and other places as well as I move forward. But to do that, I had to remove the music. And that part really kind of, like, what do you do, Dave? What do you do? It's not that the music was everything, because I feel that the stories I tell behind the music stuff that I do and things like that was equally as important or just as good as the music. But to me, that mixture of the two was really worked, and it's all great. But I had to let that go so that I could expand the show. And so what's going to happen now moving forward, it's going to be on video. Every episode, unless something unforeseen comes up, every episode will be on video, and it will also be on audio as well. So if you've been listening on audio primarily, you can still go to iTunes and Stitcher, and as I build it out, there'll be more places you can check it out even more and more there as well. And you will also be able to get this on YouTube if you're not watching on YouTube now, as well as my website. Okay, so by doing that, by dropping out the music, it allows me to expand the show. So what do we do instead of that? Well, we do me. I do me, okay? And those folks who were just listening to the show because of the Jackson 5 music and Earth, Wind & Fire and Elton John and all the stuff that we grew up on, if that's all the show was about for you, then okay, you got to go and search someplace else for that stuff. But if you're into me, my music, the stories, my life, things that inspire me, and me trying to inspire you with health and wellness as I go along my path and my track of healing, all this kind of stuff in life, then hang around, hang with me. There will be obviously more stories about my life because crap is still happening, and it's still happening, and I'm still a musician, I'm still a composer, and all that kind of fun stuff too, right? So The goal now moving forward is to bring more of my music onto the show. More of the demos that I've done. Let you guys hear what I'm doing from like the almost like the very start, like almost from like, I got this idea, and then pow, make it part of the show. Oh, listen to this groove and make it part of the show. You know, the other side is I'm going to be interviewing a lot more people now. But I sat back, I said, what would be good? And I said, well, wait a minute, man. You have all these friends and all these colleagues, in and around the music industry that you've known for some 40 years, 30 years, 20 years, 15, 16 years, whatever it's been, let's talk to them. Let's bring them on. Several of them have already said, hey, why don't we collaborate on a song together, Dave, and stuff like that. So we'll be doing that. So I'm going to be bringing in people from the music industry who have been around my circle most of my life or most of my professional career, and we'll talk to them. And I'm going to still reach out to people in the health and wellness fields as well and talk about those things. So there's a lot of stuff that's planned, and most of the stuff is pretty much mapped out. One of the big things I'm really, really excited about, and it'll probably be a 4-part series coming up, I believe, in the springtime, once I get a couple more things off my plate. I'm going to tell the deep, intricate story about my band Chase and what happened to Chase, what happened to us. I realized that Chase has been, I guess I realized what happened with me and that band has been such a part of my deep inner pain that I really didn't realize. And I know over the years since I began the show in 2018, I know I would always say every now and then, at least once, twice a year, I'm going to do an episode or two about Chase. I'm going to talk about Chase and hear the music and blah, blah, blah. And I never did. And I never did the episode or episodes because it was so painful for me, so painful. But I've gotten over it. And I kind of put it in a place where I understand it. Like I said, last year was a hell of a year for me, and I'm gonna talk about what happened to me last year. Though I may look unscathed, I'm not. It's been hell. But when it comes to Chase was my baby, and it's like when it didn't happen and when it all fell apart, I really went into an abyss that I had no idea I was even in. I mean, it goes so deep, but I do feel now I can tell the story. And to be honest, I'm going to be honest, and I think most of you know I try to be that. If I can be honest, the reason I've held out for not sharing this awesome story about the band that never made it, I held out so long with this story is because I didn't want to blame people. And all I was doing was blaming people. Blame. But after last year, I had some serious self-awakenings. And now I can tell the story. And it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. Oh, man, wait till you hear some of this stuff. Wait till you hear how a band just kind of grew from nothing to nothing. Because the vision I have for the band never happened. So we grew from nothing to nothing. But everything that happened in between, everybody talks about the journey these days, but the journey in between from nothing to nothing, it was an awesome freaking journey. And it's going to make some really, really good episodes. It'll probably take about 4 episodes to do it, maybe a tad less or maybe a tad more because, I'm going to get real detailed about it because the journey was really cool. It was really, really cool. And I'm hoping to get some of the members, if not all of them, who were part of the band, to join me in some of the shows and we can talk. I think that'll be a lot of fun as well. So I wanted to come in and just say Happy New Year to all of you, tell you a little bit to where I am right now, and just also wish you the best New Year and let you know that Back in the Day is coming back out. And I believe if all goes well, the next episode is going to be on January 15th. Okay, and that's going to be with my boy Julio Herrera. Okay, and Julio is an awesome writer, awesome producer, awesome dude in the music industry, and we did such a phenomenal interview, and I look forward to you guys seeing the interview with him and his band. Okay, I don't want to give too much away, but that'll be the next one, and that should be it as long as I can get all this edits and stuff out the way. I'm still, let me just say this, okay? I know people think because I'm excited and because I'm up and well and I look decent and all that kind of stuff, I'm still catching hell. It's still a little rough here. I'm going to take my time, okay? I have to come back in because that's part of the healing process. I have to get back to work. I have to get back to doing the things that I love, and that's just the bottom line, and I want to more than anything else. So what does that mean? I'm going to jump back into doing podcast episodes. I will do one a month. The plan is to go back to the old schedule, release it on the 15th of each month, okay? And still get the music going as well. But I'm going to take my time, okay? So please allow me to take my time. One thing which I posted on Facebook a few weeks back, I posted was, I believe the number one lesson I learned in 2022 was to be kind to myself, to be kind to me. And if I come back and launch back in the day and start throwing music out there the way I was doing it before I took the year off, I'm going to throw myself back into the abyss. And I can't do that. And so I need you guys to just hang with me and be with me. If I miss a week, if I miss a month on an episode, hang tight. We'll come around on the next one. If I didn't get the song out when I want to get the song out, hang tight. I'm going to get it out. But I have to really do things according to how my body feels, according to how I feel, all right? And I know you guys are going to hang with me. You guys were so awesome. And hanging with me and all the support that I got. Mike, Giselle, Margaret, Ruth. I could just, the names, man, the name, Paula, the names just keep going. On the folks who reached out to me, either through text or Facebook or whatever you did to get to me through email, it's all good. All right, so I want to encourage you all to go to the website, davidknightcompose.com, and if you haven't listened to the previous year's episodes, go back. Now's a good time while we're in the holiday spirit still. Go back and check them out and binge listen to the many of those as I begin to reload and put new ones in, okay? So check those things out. Go to the website, sign up on the newsletter, and I'm going to slowly but surely, gradually, step by step, bit by bit, get myself up to speed and feel good doing it. And then once I'm feeling really good doing it, it's going to be game on. Everything from that point forward is going to be game on. I look forward to releasing a minimum of 3 songs for this year. 3 songs. And they're done already. So it's not even a matter of having to do them. They're done. I have one more to mix, and then the 3 songs are just done. And that's it. All right. So 2023 is going to be a good year. No matter what happens. No matter how it turns out, it's going to be a good year at the end of the day. All right, so you guys, thank you. Thanks for hanging with me. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the support. Thank you so much for just being there and engaging with me over the last 12 months as I took some downtime that I seriously needed. Thank you so much. All of you have been so kind, so gracious, so overwhelmingly understandable and supportive, and I thank you so much. And with that, as my grandmother would say, keep on living. Night out.